Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday. Welcome to the Monday Duo podcast.
Magda, I'm not sure if you saw on social media, there's a trend of you met me at my very Chinese time in my life.
Yes, I saw that.
I think maybe I met you in your Chinese time as well.
Yes, I'm still drinking hot water, guys.
That's good. Well, today we have invited Dr. Lam, who is a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner that is based in Hong Kong. She's here to share with you what exactly a very Chinese time from a TCM point of view, and she'll help to clarify some of the misconception on the internet as well. So actually, I met Dr. Lam around maybe 2 years ago. So I was searching for a place, not only just to see a Chinese doctor, but my back was hurting. So I want to do gua sha. I don't know if you know what gua sha is, Magda.
No, I don't know. You
Okay, well then
surprised me with
you
that.
get into you get into that, and Dr. Lam's clinic actually provides that. So this is how we met. Maybe Dr. Lam, you can briefly introduce yourself and share what your clinic offers.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with Cecilia today. I know Cici has personally experienced the strength of Chinese medicine, and that's why I'm so delighted to share more with all of you. I've been practicing traditional Chinese medicine for over 12 years. I'm currently run a medical center in Causeway Bay, Hong Kong, by offering professional acupuncture for beauty, weight management, and pain relief. We also provide herbal decoction, gua sha, cupping, and bloodletting. What I love most is that traditional Chinese medicine not only helps to relieve symptoms, but also boosts your natural immunity. And it usually comes with very, very minimal side effects too.
Magda, gua sha is something that Dr. Lam
Like
does
now I
at her
understand,
clinic.
like I thought you said something different. I know a little bit about it, but I wasn't sure you said that. So
Yes.
we
Yes,
will
there's
know
this
more.
the gua sha tool, and you
Yeah,
can see it
yeah,
on the
I know that,
face.
but it's
But
for
Dr. Lam does it on the
pay.
back as well, on the
Wow, I
arm.
so that's what I didn't know. Like, I only use it for my face, not for my
Okay,
back. But
okay.
maybe I will start
Ah,
doing that.
Yes.
a little
Yes.
bit difference on the strength of for the face and the body's muscle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're very, very different. You need to be very careful on the face, like very gentle as well. Now, so for those who are listening and want to learn more about basic TCM, some practical tips to start your very Chinese time in your life, you need to stay for the next 20 minutes.
So to start off, could you explain in simple terms what is traditional Chinese medicine? How is it different from the Western medicine that we know here in Europe?
Traditional Chinese medicine, TCM to be brief, is an ancient healing system that's over 2,000 years old. It is rooted in philosophy that the body is a integrated system where health depends on the balance of vital energy, as known as qi, and in Cantonese, hei, and the harmony between opposing forces, yin and yang, yang, yang.
Yeah.
And TCM view illnesses as a sign of disharmony or stagnation within the body's organ system and meridian pathways. This can be caused by emotion, environment, and bad habits. To restore the balance, TCM use acupuncture, herbal medicine, or cupping to treat the symptoms as well as the root cause. TCM is also a type of preventive medicine too, and is a big difference from Western medicine is the approach. Western medicine is fantastic for acute issue, emergency and targeting specific symptom and pathogens with drugs or surgery. It looks at the body more like some separate parts. But TCM is a holistic. We treat a person as a whole, considering physical, emotional, and even seasonal factors. Instead of just fighting a disease, we aim to restore the harmony so the body can heal itself. Many people now combine both for the best results.
I do that too sometimes. If it's acute, like a sudden cold or temperature, then I'll go to a Western doctor. But then after a long cough, I think that was the last time I went to see Dr. Lam. I had a cough for I don't know, 2, 3 weeks. And then I went to Dr. Lam. I said, I'm so tired of coughing. So it helps with the symptoms, with the coughing as well. And it's all about the balance we talked about, Magda, as well, right? All
Yes,
about
balance,
achieving the
consequence.
balance.
That's our
Um,
favorite words here in the podcast.
yes, of yin and yang. Have you been to a TCM doctor, Magda?
Yes, I was, and I was always fascinated about the knowledge you have when you go to the TCM doctor. I always avoid traditional doctors here, as we said in Western, because they only heal sickness. And I want to avoid sickness. I want to be healthy on a daily basis. For us here in Europe or in Poland, TCM is still something not a
New?
traditional way to do. But I was really curious about how to be good on my daily basis, not to treat the sickness, but to avoid the sickness. And I know that from some years ago, it was maybe people will look at you different when you say that you go to the TCM doctor, but right now they are fascinated about it. They want to know more. They are more open to traditional Chinese medicine. It's not a myth for them. It's a space to develop and see how their life could be better. So, Dr. Ram, I'm curious, why TCM? What's your journey?
Well, actually, my journey into TCM started because of a TV drama. I don't know if you heard of it. The Korean series, The Jewel in the Palace. It is Dai Chen Gong.
Yes, yes, yes. It's very
You
popular
you've
here
watched
in
it
Asia,
too.
by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
I
yeah.
Yes.
don't
It's very
know, but
popular.
okay, that's
You
nice,
you need
see.
to search, yeah.
Yeah, I was very fascinated by the acupuncture scenes and thought it's truly amazing. And at that time, and the university in Hong Kong had been already developing Chinese medicine program for about 10 years. And people in Hong Kong were starting to trust TCM more and more. And I was very lucky enough to get accepted to the Bachelor of Chinese Medicine. And in this course, we didn't just study the my favorite part, acupuncture, and we also have to complete the subjects like TCM foundation theory and the properties of Chinese herbs, herbal prescription, Toina, and it's known as Chinese therapeutic massage, and many more subjects. At the same time, we also study Western medicine subjects. And this is very important because it helps us to communicate better with patients. We don't just we don't just use the abstract TCM terms. We can translate the pathology clearly so patient can feel more comfortable and more confident choosing TCM treatments. In fact, I think promoting and properly explaining the Chinese medicine is also a part of our mission too.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think like
currently
it's
what you're
really
doing right now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's really important to like spread this good information about traditional Chinese medicine because I think that what we have here in Europe, we sometimes afraid of something new and we didn't call the traditional Chinese medicine the traditional doctor because we are sometimes afraid that it's something different that we know. So I see how it changed for years and I'm so glad that you're here so my Polish audience can learn more too about
Yes.
traditional
It's
Chinese
about
medicine.
educating the audience what this is in the right way from the right
Yeah.
person as well. So I think it's important. Dr. Lam, you mentioned holistic approach in TCM, and it what I know from visiting you, I know this approach links to different organ system,
Yeah.
right? So in TCM we hear like liver, spleen, kidney, but they don't mean exactly what the Western medicine means. Maybe you can share more to our audience.
Yeah, sure. In TCF, there's a concept, five Zhang organs. It means a whole functional network and the physical organ plus emotions and certain issue. For example, the liver system is linked to the pushing action of Qi. and emotion like anger or frustration, and is related to our body's tendon too. The spleen system is the source of qi and blood, responsible for transformation and also transportation of nutrient essence and body fluids, and also it represents the emotions of overthinking. Thirdly, the kidney system is linked to growth, our bones, and reproduction, and also emotion of terror and flight. So when we treat our liver system, besides promoting the smooth flow of qi, it can also help to soothe our feelings of irritability and frustration. At the same time, it helps to relax our tight muscle and tendons.
So when I visit Dr. Lam when she does acupuncture, say if one point is sore, she does not just put it on one point, but it links to another point that you never thought she will put the needle, because it
Yes.
links all the organ, the system links as well. Have you done acupuncture, Magda?
Yes, I have done acupuncture. My friend does it here in Poland.
Oh,
So I
okay.
know that they are, she sometimes put the needles in a pints that I will never thought she will put. And
Oh,
she always said,
wow.
like, you need to be careful, Magda. Right now, I'm putting a needle somewhere you will not feel comfortable with for a while. So I'm aware of the concept of acupuncture and that the
Oh, wow.
needles go in a different ways.
That's true. I mean, for me as a nutritionist, I also incorporate this into my approach to my clients. So when we discuss the diet or food choices, when we're in a consultation, I would also think about what food would help to support their organ system, instead of just saying, oh, how many calories this particular food has. So I think it really helps to incorporate into more a holistic approach for my way as well.
We are thinking about our body more as a temple that we want to, be aware and try to be as much as good to ourselves as we can be, not just only treating sickness, but to be healthy in a good way. I'm always
Yeah.
telling my friends to drink hot water after I've learned that some months ago. So I always order hot water in the restaurant. I always ask them to drink hot water with me. So I'm trying to spread the good knowledge about TCM. Dr. Lam, what are some misconceptions in TCM you think is not true, but they are all over the internet?
Well, actually, there are quite a few misconceptions, but here are two common ones I've often seen. First of all, many people on the internet think TCM is very slow and it is only work for chronic problems. Actually, it's not. It can help with acute issues too. For example, sudden pain, you can use acupuncture to relieve it, or colds. You can drink Chinese medicine very quickly to relieve your symptoms. Second one, I see a lot of patients believe that TCM has no side effects at all. Actually, it's a little bit wrong. While it's generally gentler than some medications, herbs and treatments still need to be used correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise they can cause problem too.
Yeah, I think like Magda mentioned, in the Western country, the term TCM or the very Chinese time could be very trendy now, right? Because everybody is talking about it. Everybody want to be a Chinese girly or Chinese baddie right now. But to our audience, do make sure you visit a legit registered Chinese doctor wherever you are, and make sure that you get good treatment with somebody you trust as well. I think that's very important.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's really important. We need to say it out loud, just to be sure. Maybe ask your friends who they visit. If you talk about TCM, like spread the good contacts and good doctors. And one thing C and I talk about in Bali, and in another episode of the idea of eating for your organs and the colors. Could you walk us through which colors and food supports which organ system?
Yeah, sure. The five colors nourish five organs is a general guiding principle in TCM, but it's not strictly applicable to every single food. In general, green food like leafy green, broccoli, and green tea support liver. Sour flavor too, for smooth the tea flow and detox.
Magda, you like green tea?
Yeah, I love green tea.
But do not overdrink it.
Yeah, I'm trying not to overdrink it for sure.
Okay, and the second one, red food like red beans, red dates, or cherry can nourish the heart, and bitter flavors calm our mind and circulation. And yellow food like sweet potatoes, pumpkin, and millet strengthen the spleen. Natural sweet tastes aid our digestion and energy. White food like cauliflower, pears, and onions benefits our lungs. Pungent flavors open our airways and clean the phlegm. Black food like black beans, black sesame, seaweed, or mulberry can tonify the kidney. Salty flavors support deep energy and bones.
So
We
I
were
guess
talking about millet in the other episode.
yeah.
Oh,
I've
I
already
didn't know what that was in that time, but right now I knew what it is.
You know what it is now. You're equipped with the knowledge.
Yes,
After
very
so many
good.
episodes.
you already teach me, see.
Yes. No, the millet is it's good. I think so. It's good for the stomach and
Kidney.
digestion. Yes. Yes, Dr. Lam reminded me many times to eat more millet, and I have so many bags of millet now in my kitchen because they're so like small, so you eat quite a lot. You need a lot to make you feel full. So I try to incorporate that too. Yeah.
So if someone feels, for example, mentally foggy and bloated all the time, that might point to the spleen system. And we could think about more warm, yellow, orange foods and cooked meals. Am I right, Dr. Lam?
Oh, it's a good way that you can relate to the yellow food. But first of all, we have to rule out the cause. Is it food stagnation or not? If there is no food stagnation, these two symptoms are often related to spleen, T deficiency, and dampness. Warm, cooked yellow food or orange food like sweet potatoes, congee, and some tangerine peel would be perfect. They help building up energy and reduce dampness. Avoid too much raw, cold, and dairy products can prevent accumulation of dampness too.
Yeah, I think this is the same as we talked about. Try to have cooked and warm meal whenever you can to help with the digestion and nourish the body. And I used to eat quite a lot of dairy too, but I also noticed my digestion and I don't actually feel that great if I have too much dairy at the same time. Do you still take dairy, Magda?
I reduce it to the minimum right now, but there was a period of my life that I was only eating dairy products. So I ate it for breakfast, from lunch, for dinner. But after some years and some problems that I have with my health that I already share here in the podcast, I just reduce it to the minimum. I eat some dairy products, but not so much.
I love how Dr. Lam verify the warm and cooked food that I'm always suggesting. So Magda, you now started the hot water. Maybe next is to start the warm and cooked food as well.
I'm already trying that, so we will see how it goes. And I'm so happy that Dr. Lam shared a lot of knowledge about traditional Chinese medicine. We are so happy that we have you here, and we will be visiting you for the part 2 of this episode soon. But for now, we wanted to thank you for accepting our invitations and become a guest on the Monday Duo podcast. So don't forget to stay with us for the part 2 with Dr. Lam.
Yes, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what's very Chinese time of your life means to you, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.